Oladipo.
And a lot of people in Indiana didn't even see this one coming, Indiana fans in particular, because they were throwing up an outrage for the fact that management got rid of the likes of Paul George, a perennial all-star. But Nate McMillan knew exactly what they were doing. You bring in a guy like Victor Oladipo, a guy who played at Indiana University, that can get everybody else to buy in, and this team is one of the most efficient offenses due to the fact that they play fast, averaging 109 points per 100 possessions. That's the best offense they've had since their 1994-95 season.
Pacers fans came around. Jay, think about this. Nate McMillan, a stalwart defender in his days with Seattle as a player. Now his team, an offensive juggernaut as a head coach. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. Westbrook. Miles Turner snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Pacers control. Lamb guarded by Russell Westbrook. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
What a move. But the move never should have happened in the first place, especially if there's communication from the help side defender. You have to let that guy know which way he can force him defensively to where there's help.
Goes to the left side. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
To Harden. Oh, had him going there for a second. Beyond the arc for three. Always has a chance for Tucker, but not that time. Has a chance. The shot almost.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure.
Probing the defense to P.J. Tucker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He made his first effort, but not that time. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
And count the basket inside.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Nothing going here on that drive. Harden shoots. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. Harden.
That's how you do it. You stay in his pocket and you never give him any space at all. You make him smell you every single possession.
Rockets have it. To Capella. Harden. Fires the three. Tough shot. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
It's a 5-second violation. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Number 12. Subbing in for Houston. Number 12.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Down low, Capella. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
It's Indiana basketball. Clint Capella, huge block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Westbrook with the basketball. Leads 3. Has a look. Deep 2 there, won't go. McConnell, great dish to set it up. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Westbrook into the front court. It's a one-point game, 13 to 12. Gets it to go, and the foul.
The defender cannot be caught with his hand staying in the cookie jar. What I mean, contesting that pocket, you have to keep that hand going in and out, going in and out. Keep the offensive player thinking about where your hands are at all times.
Free throws up, and perfect. Knocked loose. Rockets have the steal. Westbrook to Harden. From long range, Jay, another one goes down. They're right where they want to be.
Exactly. Next play, you have to turn around defensively and get in the stance and actually keep that same kind of tempo.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Harden. To P.J. Tucker. Westbrook. Deep right corner. Harden. That's off the side of the rim. No good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
From the painted area, won't go down.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Brogdon. And the finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Westbrook across the timeline. They lead it. 4-point game. Harden, tough shot. He hits. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Tucker. To Westbrook. Harden buries it on the catch and shoot. Nate McMillan signals for timeout. His guys find themselves down double digits already in this first quarter. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Substitutions, Indiana.
McConnell to Turner. Oh, Miles Turner. 3 for 4. Good start.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Harden. Oh, he had him there for a second. Shot for James Harden. No good. No daylight. Great defense. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it. Westbrook. Oh, the Pacers come away with the steal. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Knocks down the first. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. To Westbrook. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Harden, he was all over him. Pacers with the possession. McConnell gets it in the left corner. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Davis there to grab the rebound. Harden to Westbrook. Harden. Textbook defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
That's it for the first quarter with the Rockets in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams. With you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Tonight, everyone gets free pizza.
Curling inside. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way.
Rebounded by the Pacers. McConnell lets it fly from long range. Can't connect. Had a chance, but it's no good.
And this happens all the time in this league. Sometimes offensively, you're tired. It's one of those type of nights. You combine that with the fact that the defense is hungry and active and contesting everything, that's why shots aren't dropping.
And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. And hits the first free throw. Two for two on that trip. Pacers control. McConnell. Here comes the screen. Nice pass to set things up. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
I know these mishaps happen defensively, but sometimes this can be the best thing for an offensive player who maybe hasn't found his rhythm yet. Don't let him get going.
Here's a chance from long range. Another chance. For three. Another chance. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
4-3. And drills it. Jay, spacing can be a beautiful thing.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
Kenneth Faried with a piece.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Fires the three. Not that time. He missed it. Taking advantage of the defender. Nice ball fake.
I 100%. Guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
Kenneth Faried with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
And scores.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Clint Capella rejects it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
It's in the hands of James Harden. On the pass, stolen by Indiana.
You go back to the principles. Things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Knocked loose. McDermott sizing up Eric Gordon. Westbrook. Harden. He continues to light it up from downtown. 5 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and what's shocking, Ed, is that he's gotten so many open looks. Look, stay down in the stance, stay disciplined, stop losing him, stay attached to his hip, and force him to put the ball on the ground off those curls and finish over your bigs.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
James Harden trying to cash in. And count the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Westbrook. Clint Capella. 3 for 3 in this first half.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in 3-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a 2-point shot relevant these days.
Short jumper stays out.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Indiana with the basketball. Clint Capella swats it. That's his third block this evening.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down. Really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Nate McMillan will play the matchup and bring some new guys onto the court. Lamb against the former MVP.
Substitutions, Indiana.
To Harden. Beyond the arc for three. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
P.J. Tucker able to recover with the block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Westbrook, that one off the mark. It's no good. It's Westbrook. Oh, Russell. It's 3 now on 4 shots. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Harden to Westbrook. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Westbrook bothered just enough on that one. That is great vision to set it up. Miles Turner slams it down. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
Harden to Westbrook. Trying to cash in. Almost, but no good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
To Capella. Stuffs it down with authority.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To the rim, lays it up and in.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's Indiana basketball. Knocked loose. Rockets have it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
2-point shot for James Harden. It's Sabonis with the rebound. Knocks it down from mid-range.
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Oh, Russell Westbrook. 4 out of 7.
Why not? Russell Westbrook is the only guy stopping Russell Westbrook. And when he decides to put his head down and go to the rim, he's going to the rim. It's that easy.
Harden with it up top. His guys can hold for the final shot. Has a chance. Harden shot, no good. Not going down for him this time. Straight on 3. At the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Knocked loose. Rockets have the steal.
Maybe pace it right here. They got a big lead at home.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Confidence is such a beautiful thing, isn't it? Even if your perceived abilities prohibit it, you got to be you.
Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it. Austin Rivers. shot won't go. He has to create to get a better look.
Oh, denied. As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
To Turner. Nice pass to get things going.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Pacers with the possession. Driving right to the basket. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Knocked loose. And finishes strong.
Look, do I love the versatility offensively of Domantas Sabonis? Yes. But let me tell you why I love even more. Sometimes you need somebody who just gives a hard screen. Somebody to put the defender right on their back. Send a message. That's what Sabonis brings to the table.
The assist from number 25, Austin Rivers.
And he buries it.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter. Fast pace, Mike D'Antoni giving his guys a breather. Gordon with it. His guys holding the big lead. The drive, right to the basket. Slam dunk, Malcolm Brogdon.
An easy 2, get back on defense.
On the Pacers come away with the steal. And a whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Fires the 3, gets it to go. Coach cannot be happy with that closeout.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Brogdon to Turner. A fundamental shot right there.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Pacers control. And he scores. Jay took a big step, but they'll count the bucket.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Westbrook gets it in the right corner. Harden. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Gordon with it. The lead is 15. Westbrook to Capella. Miles Turner tips it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Here comes the screen. Driving right to the basket. Clint Capella sends it away. 4th this contest. And counted at the rim.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Harden picked up by T.J. Warren. From long range, add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
Now the Pacers going to use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this 3rd quarter. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. To Brogdon. Warren against Harden. Clint Capella sends it away. Ooh, 5 now. Harden in possession. His guys hold a commanding lead. Down low, it's Gordon. To Westbrook. Going to launch beyond the arc. And Russell Westbrook, he can turn a game in an instant. Hits the three on the quick release.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
Harden to Westbrook. Has a look. Add 2 points to the board.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Knocked loose. Lamb against Westbrook. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Brogdon. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
That right there, Jay, his 8th three of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his foul through.
To Brogdon. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. Harden to Westbrook. Tough make through traffic.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Knocked loose. Clint Capella pins it. Incredible. 6 tonight.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Someone needs a breather. Nate McMillan has some new guys on the floor. Knocked loose. Indiana with the basketball. To Brogdon. Not done yet. Trying to cash in. Shot from McDermott, no good. Westbrook into the front court. He'll run the offense. To P.J. Tucker. Westbrook. Harden. The hot night continues. He's at 9 threes here tonight.
Uh-oh, someone's getting towards that single-game record territory. He's having that kind of night.
Knocked loose. McDermott defended by Tucker. To Westbrook. Drove the lane and finished strong at the hoop on that one.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Knocked loose. Rockets have the steal. It goes down.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
It's Indiana basketball. Knocked loose. Rockets come up with it. Harden. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
3 quarters complete. It's been all Rockets. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the 4th quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
Kenneth Faried snatching it out of the air. Layup goes down. Well done.
I'm a little bit confused. Was that a well-designed offense or just poor defense? Maybe a little bit of both.
Kenneth Faried, huge block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
It's good, and one.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw good, so they get the three-point play, but it's not much more than a drop in the bucket with the score right where it is. Harden lets it fly from long range. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Pacers with the possession. To Turner. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Oh, they called the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. To Turner. And they call the foul. Felt the breeze there, Jay.
A simple touch foul.
Sabonis here against P.J. Tucker. Westbrook with it. They're looking to make something happen. Harden. Yes, tough shot. It's got to go up to go in.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Capella with a drop step. Oh, and emphatic slam.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Pacers control. To Turner. Shot clock winding down. Turner. Here's a chance from long range. That no good. Off the mark. Westbrook. For 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And a putback slam.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
And they call it.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor.
Team foul number 4. Houston Rockets are at the limit. Entering the game.
Lamb here against Harden. Knocked loose. Houston takes over. Harden. Not done yet to Westbrook. Capella. Harden. He engulfed him that time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
4-3. Now that's a contest.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Knocked loose. He throws it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Harden 10 threes for him now in the game, Jay. Just astonishing.
And I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's only happened 30-something times since the three-point line went into effect in 1979. Goes to show you how big of a night he's having.
How old were you back then?
I was not born yet, my friend.
Boom, baby. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
The pass set it all up.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Turner and the rebound taken in by the Rockets. Harden to Westbrook. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on the swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
Harden to P.J. Tucker. Had him going there for a second. Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Count the basket inside.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Over to the right side. Harden. Can't get the bounce. Great pass to set it up. Lays it up and in.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Lobs it up. Knocked loose. Rockets have the steal.
Let's just let the clock run out. We got to get out of here. I got a dinner to go to.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
And you always feel like the words vision and unselfishness go together. They work cohesively as a unit. When you have a guy that has both, that sets the tone for how your team is going to play.
Down the lane to lay it in.
You see, this is why players get out here hours before the game and they get a really good lather.
Good. Off a spin.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Lamb matched up with Capella. Westbrook to P.J. Tucker. Fires the three. Cleaning the offensive glass. Westbrook to Harden. Beyond the arc for three. No good. That's great defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Westbrook to Capella. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. You might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat them by 50, beat them by 50. If you want to beat them by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Oh, he had him there for a second. Westbrook trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good. Has a chance. Brogdon can't connect. Long heave from three-quarters court. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one in.
The Rockets put their opponents away. The Rockets were simply amazing in this contest. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. Check out the leading scores for the Houston Rockets. The Pacers really lost big in this match. That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Wait, baby girl, what you doing? What's your name? I ain't play no games. See these diamonds in my chain. Yeah, I took it to the and she for the fame. So I in my range. Ooh, get that money to the top, never stop. That boy, ooh, but I'm the man. Cuban diamonds dance. I the friend, I might put it on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Wait, baby, wait. Hop up in this race. No, this not a date. This a cruise, but don't debate. Wait, it's getting late. Think it's past 8. Took to my place, baby. Me like some. Wait, call Jake. Think I need that. To the face. I need to take a break. Wait, but don't be cool. Money stupid blue. Boyfriend is a fool. I'm trying to make you comfortable. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't do no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the gram.
I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying, I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA.
Still screaming free the fam, they coming home now. All this about my I got up now. How you real, you can't even walk through your hometown. I'm barely home now, on the road now. All in the MIA, all like this. Boy, you get no love, you get stand 10 toes down. My go down, rats can't fold down. My your dough down, we ain't gon' put on the fourth down. We on the hunt, we want more now. Real from the jump, we on now. Swear no more gon' broke now. Might do a show in your town. Wait till I bring that. I'm on no road bounce.
I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA. I might go MIA, all up in my face. I don't go nowhere without my brothers, that's my gang. And all up in my space, just getting in the way. I got like 30 on my fingers, what more can I say? And I got 30 on my fingers, what more can I say? Please, on the block that from deep like KB. Every night they, but please don't call them shady. I got too much on the fight, so please don't try to me. I got too much on the fight, so please don't try to me. I gotta for the look, already got good. I got a team full of and really gotta look crazy. I put in a cup, yeah, but that's my baby. I be paranoid, I gotta keep. I got like me this right in the money. I love it even though it's bad. I can't let none of these get into my head. And all my friends locked up, got caught up in the feds. And all my sins washed up, yeah, free my said. I be close to saying I ain't supposed to say. Sometimes I wanna go ghost, I might go MIA. I might go MIA. I might go MIA.
MIA. I might go MIA.
Kenny, I'm the long hair and I all talk tough like a bop top. You switch your top off, had it turn quick just to get it off. No deal, shorty, you just a knock off. Chicken, no Coca-Cola, I'm the one that pop off. Hit me my Motorola if you need some. I've been every day, no, I ain't never call off. Talk on Instagram, don't make you log off. And if you think they better than me, bar too high and it's hard to beat. Gucci shades hit dark, so it's hard to see. The easy part is getting money, but it's hard to keep. I know you seeing that I'm busy, so don't bother me. Like I passed every test, you ain't as smart as me. You a shorty, you a wannabe. See me on the scene, you know that I charge the fee. What? On my what? It don't matter 'cause I'm steady counting up. What? On my what? It don't matter 'cause I'm steady counting. You can't even handle a like me. I own money and I buy my own. My wrist and your hand gon' freeze. Put it on his hands and knees. Who you frontin' on? Come on, girl. I know you a rookie. You got some followers, so what? Want you a cookie? I got promoters throwing shows so they can say that they book me. When I walk up in the mall, they be turning and looking. No race, I went easy 'cause the pace I be pushing. In the store, I'm like, they like Rico, what you? I'm better than all the rest. Not a drill, ho, it's not a test. You need to roll out 'cause you acting too hesitant. I bet you can't count all the money that I just spent. Singing to the fans like they Jasmine Sullivan. Too big, I just popped my rubber band. What? On my what? It don't matter 'cause I'm steady counting up. What? On my what? It don't matter 'cause I'm steady counting.
It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game. From Bankers Life Fieldhouse, tonight it's the Indiana Pacers taking on the Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings begin the game with the basketball. Miles Turner rejects it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Miles Turner with the block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Here's a chance from long range. His first effort off the mark. Jay, no question, the Pacers were the surprise of the NBA last year. What are your expectations for them now?
Top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference, and it all starts with Victor Oladipo. Last year, he was the guy, but this year, he needs to become the man.
Gets a look, can't hit. Eight-second violation. It's going the other way.
For Indiana.
Barnes to Hield. Has a chance. Harrison Barnes missed his first. That one goes.
Just remember an old saying here. You're only as good as your last shot, and your last shot went in, so it's time to get going.
Barnes trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go. And an 8-second violation. It's going the other way. Barnes.
Shoot that, boy.
Beyond the arc for 3. Buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Barnes. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Oh, they don't get it across in time. That's an 8-second violation. Miles Turner sends it away. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Whistle blows. It's an 8-second violation. To Hield.
Ankle check right here.
Fires the 3. Rebound to Oladipo. Eight seconds. It's going the other way. Ariza to the basket, but he can't get it to go. And he's fouled.
We got London on the track.
Hey, I need 2 votes. What that cool vote? That you. What your jewels votes? What that cool votes? I need 2 votes. I'm not no vote.
Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new Hulk. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk. And give us back, yours again. Back to back in them Ferraris, we stay horse playing. Run up on us and them, gon' hack. Harvard student doing my taxes, I got friends. I put rings on them, 100, I married. See my money and ice everywhere on them. And we each other, cause we don't cherish them. But we don't leak out that info, we can't embarrass them. Can't leave the country, but I got my beef from London. These talk but see me out and ain't on nothing. I'm in the store, I need to go get the You got 20s, I got 100s. Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hawk. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk. 200 to Izzy, get my ice here. Plastic, y'all as real as Buzz Lightyear. Say, got that done with the prices. I don't with this for this. We got. Down to them. They don't check none of the artists, so I'm. Problem when you see me get it. 8212 was bracket. I might be in that Escalade, but I ain't lacking. Put that on you, act like I don't know what happened. I hear the story, be like, that was trash. Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hawk. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk.
I'm still under 21, so I can't. But them with my name and they can't wait. Crib came with a court and some legal officials. Carrot cake around my neck, VS1 the crystals. Extended magazines, shuffle limousines. Before I got $65,000 on jeans. Ball like stuff for lotion. Skirt the Testarossa. All about the guap like a stockbroker. Brother with me. Was mad older. Had to keep it like the OG Yoda.
Too much money, I need like 2 votes. Stacks big and green, I call my pockets the new hawk. We don't pay attention to no loose talk. 100 times I had to let it cool up. Amos dancing on me doing a moonwalk. Can't wear my AP, I had to let it cool up. Almost died from pneumonia, had to take my jewels off. We don't argue with these, we just let them tools talk.
Open up, then up. This a buzz down. Got it in the old name, the buzz.
Here from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams, and Jay, you all. The Sacramento Kings control the tap. Barnes. Screen coming. To Harrison Barnes. Knocked loose. Lakers come up with it. Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
Look, as a player, this stuff happens all the time. No need to make this into something bigger than what it really is. Move on to the next play, get locked in.
Now ready for a couple of free throws.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
LeBron James, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 73%. First free throw is good. Two for 2 on that trip. To Barnes. Driving right to the basket. Took it down the lane, but it's no good. To Davis. JaVale McGee. To Davis. Lets it fly from long range. Jay, I don't know if you call that the shooter's touch, but they will take it.
Well, essentially, the touch did help the ball go in, Ed. I don't know. I might have to agree to disagree on that.
To Hield. Oh, they call the foul.
Ed, you can't lunge like that.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc, not getting the bounce. Right down Broadway, 4-2. Who compares to AD offensively?
We would be doing a disservice if we compared AD just to one player. He's an amalgamation. Think about Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Marcus Camby. Throw them all into a blender. You get Anthony Davis.
To Hield. Fires the three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
James, he was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line. The ball go in the hole.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's the Kings now with the ball. JaVale McGee rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
James sets him up, and he powers it home. 2 more points for Anthony Davis. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Barnes, here's the whistle. Intentional foul.
It's way too early in the game to be intentionally fouling like that. Keep your cool, man. Calm down.
Number 6, Corey Joseph.
Buddy Hield. good score. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Across the timeline comes James. Up 5. Tosses. Throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, they make it look so easy.
Yeah, but it's really not that easy. And as a passer, if your pass is just a fraction too early or a fraction too late, that throws the whole play off. The timing of this has to be impeccable.
JaVale McGee swats it. That's his 3rd block this evening. To James.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Here comes the screen. Jay, last year the Lakers 35 and 47. What impact, obviously, will LeBron James have on this Lakers team and their record?
There's no doubt that I think the Lakers will get over 35 wins. Will they get over 50, though, is the major question. I don't see that happening, considering last year only 2 teams in the West, Golden State and Houston, had over 50 wins.
James to Davis. Has a chance. Anthony Davis. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
I mean, I don't know how much better the defense has to play you on that one. The guy was right in your grill, and you still knocked it down.
James to Danny Green. 4-3. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Personal foul. Team foul.
Corey Joseph. He's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 76% from the line. Knocks down the first. And gets both to drop at the line.
And number 88.
LBJ. There's the toss. The pass stolen by Sacramento. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Joseph with it. Down 5. Lakers have it. Whoa! What a finish!
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Hey, lock up.
JaVale McGee with the block. 4th this contest.
That kid can block out the sun.